DICE have added 3 timed game modes to Battlefield 2042 that are so seemingly anti-Battlefield and unbalanced that I sometimes wonder if I'm actually playing a real Battlefield game. With that in mind, why is it that so many players absolutely love these modes and want them to be permanent? Hey lads, thanks for clicking onto a new video. Before we dive into this, tickle that subscribe button and make sure you watch all the way to the end. I've got a few points and I'd love to hear your opinions on all of them. Since launch, DICE and Ripple Effect have utilized the Portal Builder to offer different rotations of game modes to play every single week. They come in all shapes and sizes, some are community highlights, while some are created by the developers themselves. In every case, the modes chosen are apparently based on what's most popular, and one specific mode type is becoming more and more popular, so in this video, I'm going to try and find out why. To really understand things though, we need to go back to 2011, all the way back to Battlefield 3. That game introduced players to a truly classic map, Operation Metro. The battle begins in the open parks in Paris, when suddenly a huge missile opens up the ground, leading deep into the metro below. The tight corridors and meat grinder gameplay was an instant hit. These meat grinder maps for infantry quickly caught on and showed up in the next couple of games as well. Operation Locker in Battlefield 4 alongside an actual Metro remake, then Fort DeVoe in Battlefield 1, and yet another Metro remake in Battlefield 5. But Battlefield 5 did something before its Metro remake. It added the Grind and Fortress game modes. Grind was essentially a super compact version of Conquest, where teams of 32 fight over just 3 capture points. It's like they made a domination map but forgot to scale down the player count. It was stupid, messy, chaotic, and tons of fun. People absolutely loved it. Kotaku called the Fortress mode the bloodbath Battlefield 5 needed. It was a scaled down version of Breakthrough with an unscaled down player count, leading to yet more messy chaos. It ditched the whole serious World War II vibe given off by the base modes in favor of this Looney Tunes action-packed high energy attack and defend mode instead. Then we come to Battlefield 2042, where at launch we of course had a brand new toy to play with, 128 player servers. This hadn't been done before in the Battlefield series. Even previous DICE developers stated back in the Battlefield 3 days that, quote, substantial research showed that 128 player battles just aren't fun to play. Which really just begs the obvious question, why are they so popular now? 128 player Breakthrough was shelved because of how insanely unbalanced it was, but this clearly upset a portion of the player base that just loved that type of gameplay. Portal introduced the 128 player Rush Chaos mode, which has shown up in rotations several times. Each time it's the headline mode and gets loads of attention. And then more recently, fellow creator Squid G and some of his viewers made their own spin of Rush Chaos by making the movement speed even faster. What we're left with is this insanely chaotic rush mode with a ridiculous player count, laggy servers, completely one-sided gameplay, and for whatever reason, fans absolutely love it. I won't lie, I played a good few rounds the other day, and while I did have some fun moments, I can certainly see the appeal. I was left wondering, am I a boomer now? Am I just not understanding things anymore? I've always enjoyed the 64 player modes, not the super tactical stuff like 5v5, Hazard Zone or Firestorm, but the more generic Battlefield offering we had in Battlefield 3 and 4. I think 64 player modes hit the sweet spot in that they had enough action to make a well-designed map flow, while also leaving enough downtime so you didn't just spawn into instant death. These rush servers aren't like that in my opinion. They're very clearly designed to be much faster with bigger everything. More players, more tickets, faster movement speed, more chaos. It's not necessarily my thing, but that's okay. Neither are those 5v5 hardcore servers or the air superiority modes. If I had to sum up the point of this video, it's to ask a question and to share a take. My take is, these chaos servers aren't for everyone. They've proven to be incredibly popular with players in 2042 and Battlefield 5, and you know, maybe that does signify a change in the player demographic. Maybe fans are getting more casual. It's possible that the people that played 1942 2 and Battlefield 2, who'd squad up and play all tactical, have simply moved on to other games. Or maybe it's possible that the other games have become so competitive and controlled by skill-based matchmaking that these unbalanced messes are a breath of fresh air, a throwback to when FPS games took themselves just a little bit less seriously. At the end of the day, that's the real beauty of a Battlefield game, its ability to offer all of these different game modes and experiences for different kinds of players. I asked Squid to see what he thought, and he said people play it because it's fun, but to me, fun in Battlefield is extremely subjective and can be found across so many different game modes. If Rush Chaos isn't your thing, cool. Go play one of the other game modes or just make your own in Portal. Which leads nicely onto my question, what did you think of these modes? Do you think Battlefield will change design direction again in future titles and make them even more chaotic and random? And if so, would you be okay with that? Or do you like how things are? I want to hear as many opinions as possible, so please share this video around and let's get a conversation going. But anyway, that about wraps things up. Thank you so much, really so much. If you're watching right to the end, you're an absolute legend. I really appreciate it. I wanted to make this video for a few days now, so I'm glad to share it at last. Thank you again for watching all the way to this point. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you lads later.